Hey, welcome, Coach Skills Blitz. What are we, day 5? This has been so fun. I have, let's see, it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, day 5 today. And I have the lovely Bonnie Sialua co-hosting with me today. Thanks for being on, Bonnie. And today's topic is like one of my favorites because I mean, it's kind of like what we do. If you're like, I'm a health coach and you don't have a client that's like, well, you're almost a health coach. You're a health coach in training until you have a client, right? I love that. But before we get into our topic, let's talk about yesterday's assignments. So we had find someone who can do a health assessment, get it on the calendar, like do a health assessment. No matter if you're brand new or a seasoned coach, then just do a health assessment, like put that intention out there. And then also reviewing the objections training. So I wanted to open it up a little bit. Like, did anybody have any aha moments or something that hit you in like a new way, a different way, or maybe it's the first time that you even watched objections training? So I just wanted to open it up and get some feedback. Nothing. How about you, Bonnie? You start.
Oh, I just love the objections training. I print it and so that I have it right there with my health assessment. And so that if they say like an objection, I can go to my objection doc right there in front of my face and just have it all right there in front of me. And I still, to this day, 9 years in, I'm still like, oh, what's a good way to phrase cost objection? And I have to kind of always go back to that to repolish that skill.
Totally. Anyone else? Takeaways, things on your mind from yesterday?
I can share real quick.
Go ahead, Sarah.
I really, really loved how you said, if you can't do it consistently, do it inconsistently, because I think so many times we think it's black and white. You either do it or you don't do it, but there is I'm doing some of it and that's better than nothing. That was so powerful for me. So thank you.
Awesome, Sarah. I wish I came up with that. I think it was Dr. Joe Pecoraro. Anyone else want to share anything before we go on?
I'll go. I think the thing that I've enjoyed hearing, maybe from the power hours and from what's been said this week, is like when it's A to Z, just do it in the nooks and the crannies of your life. Like when I'm sitting in the car waiting for my Walmart pickup order to be delivered to the car, but I forgot onions and celery. So Ron's gone in the store to get that. I can sit there and I'm not sitting there twiddling my thumbs, wasting my time. I'm doing something constructive. So just fitting it in the nooks and crannies of our day, it fills the day and helps me feel more fulfilled, where I'm recovering from 2 major incidences last month. So yeah.
I love that. Thanks for sharing that, Lorianne. All right. Okay, let's get into it. So if you do some health assessments, what happens, Bonnie?
You get a client, but you have to do quite a few health assessments. You're not just going to get a client on your first health assessment.
I mean, you might, but the numbers are, to Bonnie's point, like pretty common. Everybody's a little bit different as you sharpen your skills, but pretty commonly, if you do 5 health assessments, you're probably going to find someone who's ready to get going. Like that's what I've found. And as you sharpen your skills, or you have more people who are coming to you more interested, it might be 2 out of 5. But I mean, honestly, you're not going to have 5 out of 5. Like, I don't know, you could have fluky, like just, you lost 100 pounds and the first 5 people all sign up. That could happen. But as you do more health assessments, you just have to play the numbers. Not everyone's ready right away.
I just also want to add, you're going to have to get used to hearing the word no. And it's learning how to shift that feeling of, oh, they told me no. Because I've seen a lot of coaches, they do the first health assessment and the person says no, and they're like, I can't help anybody. And so it's like, hear the no and just know that you planted a seed. And you're going to want to get a ton of no's because that's a ton of seeds getting in the ground. So get used to no and shoot for the no's, because there's eventually going to be a yes in there.
Absolutely. And also realizing that a no often means not yet, and that they're coming next week, next month, or next year. Like, that's what I've found over the years, is every health assessment that you do, like Bonnie said, is a seed planted. So good. Okay. So what you do your health assessment and someone's ready to go. And so you have a client. The first thing you need to know how to do is to assist them in placing that order. And so I always remind coaches, let's be a concierge service. Okay. If you just give them your website and say, good luck, chances are they're either not going to actually follow through. They're going to be like, well, I'll get to that next week, next month, or next year. Right. Or they're going to not add the books. They're going to accidentally not sign up for Premier. They're going to pay for shipping. They're not getting the 5 free products. It's a train wreck. Let's be honest. Okay. The site is not super intuitively simple. Okay. It's just how it is. That's all right. We are going to be a concierge service, and we are going to help them to place that order. We're just going to gather their information and then get them the kit. The wording is right on the health assessment to get the kit. It's like, you know what? Everyone's taste buds are different, and you don't know what you like yet. So we just start everyone with the favorites. What's your address? Right? And if they have special allergies or something, it's not like we can't customize, but most people are just going to start with the kit. Like, don't make your life hard. Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Bon.
Oh, I was going to say, you always want to get the essential optimal kit and the books. And sometimes people forget the books, but it's like, why even order them a kit if you're not getting in the books? That's the program, right? So always be sure to make sure you get the books in there and tick the green box. And if you watch the placing a client's first order, it'll go through all that, but it's just something we do. That's just what we do. We order the kit and get them the books.
Yep. And to Bonnie's point, let's kind of show you what that looks like and where you're going as a new coach once you have a client, because that's what we're going to be going over today. You have your Coach Biz app, and then there is a button right here, Start and Coach Clients. Right at the top, how to place your client order. There's a video that walks you through it. And then I always do this right after I place that order, I send the welcome email, just right then. Because if I have that trigger, get the order, send the welcome email. It's just an easy trigger to go. And we're going to be going over some of these buttons right here on your Coach Biz. Okay. So you send the welcome email. The only thing you have to change on it is like your signature, or, there's just like, read through it, but it's just super simple to copy and paste. You don't have to recreate the wheel. That's one thing I love about coaching with Optavia, is things are done for you. You guys, if you know how to copy and paste, then you're in a good position. Am I right, Bonnie?
Totally. And one thing I love about as soon as like habit stacking, we talk about getting in the habit. I'm in the habit now of when I place the client's order, I immediately, after I click submit, I go to my email, and then I go to Coach Biz app, copy, paste the email, send, so that you're getting the order in and their email sent, and it's just done. And then, you got it all done. Then you're not like, oh, did I send them that? I can't remember.
So true. I also start sending the texts, because there is a text to send right away that asks them if they got that welcome email. Because here's the thing, is sometimes emails go to spam, and you want to make sure they got that welcome email so that they can start like reading through some stuff, getting their ducks in a row, start drinking their water, all the things or thinking of a referral. So those support texts are kind of magic. I'm telling you, if you're a seasoned coach and you haven't looked through those lately, I would encourage you to look through those, because sometimes they change. Sometimes things are added. And I actually want to pull it up. So right here, support text. I go here all the time, you guys. And I just copy and paste my little heart out all the time. So it has lots of good information, like welcome text, same day as order. So I send the welcome email, which is even linked in here for you. And then I send this welcome text, like I just copy and paste it right there. And there's a couple of things you can send them while they're waiting. And I just schedule these. Did you know that most apps, just your regular old app, you just have to look for it. It has a scheduling button. So you don't have to send it, right then. You can send it tomorrow or the next day. And it has a night before text that sets up a link so they get their getting started info. It tells them to call you for the journey kickoff call. Day 1, day 2, it gives them little bits of information as they go, like you might have detox symptoms. So if you're a new coach, you're like, oh, I don't know this stuff. It's all in these texts, you guys. Or it tells them to read up on fat burn. So you don't have to sit there and teach them about fat burn and what that means. You might not even know. Maybe you need to read these texts yourself. I want to point out day 8. This one is new within the last month or two. Day 8 has an accountability challenge written in. And here's a longer message to send. Did you know you can schedule an email right in Gmail? Like it has a little schedule button. It's the little caret next to the send button. And I just schedule this for their day 8. And it tells them exactly what they can post on Facebook. Wow, I started this awesome health program. I'm down 5 pounds in 1 week. Big thanks to my health coach for supporting me in this program. I love that there isn't any meal prep or exercise needed. This is a perfect fit for me. Boom. It tells them exactly, it's their accountability challenge. That way, when you're doing your 1 week celebration call, it makes it so simple to be like, did you get the accountability email? Did you post yet? And it's just, yeah, scheduling texts and emails, mind blown, right, Annie? Because I don't know about you guys, I forget stuff. Bonnie, do you remember everything? Is it just me?
No, not at all. Thank goodness for Coach Biz app.
Right. And I don't like to write a bunch of stuff. Like like you're just like drinking your cocoa in the morning and you're like, okay, my text already went out because I scheduled it. And it kind of like makes my phone light up when the scheduled text goes out. And then I go, oh yeah, my client's on day 3. Because I literally don't remember anything, you guys. I try to blame brain surgery, but it's really not. It's just me. So, okay, journey kickoff call. Bonnie, what would you say is like your biggest tips for journey kickoff call?
Okay, so before I get on a journey kickoff call with someone, I always ask to see if they watched the little video in their welcome email, that it goes over so much stuff that they need to know, because if they don't watch that, then your journey kickoff call might go way longer than expected. So I always just say, hey, did you get a chance to watch that little journey kickoff video? It's just a few minutes long. And if they haven't yet, then I always just send it to them right there in a text. Say, watch this really quick, and then we'll hop on. So after they get done watching that, you set up a time before they start. What I've seen is if they do a journey kickoff call and they're on day 4, they might give up because they don't know all the things that they need to know to get going. So always just make sure that I always just, see if their food came and make sure they get that before they start so that they're set up for success.
I love that. And my biggest tip to add to what Bonnie said is read the script. I'm serious, you guys. Read through it. Like if you're brand new, read through it ahead of time, and probably your mentor coach is going to help you a little bit anyway. But you could literally be a brand new coach, know nothing, and read that script, and you would be golden. Like, I'm serious.
It's got like how they're going to check in, how they're going to bounce the ball back and forth so that you're not like the only one calling them. It's going to talk about sharing out loud, posting maybe their first week's success. It's going to cover all the things that you don't even have to come up with on your own. So totally agree. Read the script.
Yeah. I find that when I just follow the system, like I do the journey kickoff call, I send the texts. Well, I schedule them because I forget. I scheduled the text ahead of time. and then I do the 1 week celebration call. Like when I just follow that, they know like everything. And then they start reading in their book. Even the text like says, okay, now read the introduction. And then it's like, do the why, you know what I mean? I'm just like, it just does it for me. That's what I really love. So, okay. 1 week celebration. What would be your best tips for that, Bonnie?
So I make sure that I really emphasize how important it is to get on their 1 week celebration call. There's the most important things you could possibly do with a client. It's obviously their health assessment, their journey kickoff, and their celebration. If you get those 3 things in with a client, it just gets them moving and going and having more success. So the celebration call, I try to schedule it with a mentor, because how cool is it to get a feel for our community, having 2 people cheering them on. And like Amber said, follow the script. It goes over what to expect. It goes over maybe how, if they're ready to look into coaching, it does all the drips and the layers for you. And doing it together with a mentor is so powerful. So try to schedule that with a mentor coach if you can.
Love that. Okay. In the chat, it says, where and how do you schedule emails and texts? Okay. I mean, it might be different on your different phones, but I don't even have a special, I just have an Android and just like not even a special texting thing. I have a little plus button right here. You guys see that little plus button? I hit that plus button and it says schedule message. Okay. Like literally that's all I did. Anyone have an iPhone? Can you tell me if there is like some sort of extra menu that lets you schedule? Somebody back me up here. Did I make that up? Is it only Androids? Chantel, I swear you told me one time, there is a way to schedule. It's just not on the main menu.
I haven't been able to figure it out yet, but somebody figure it out and tell me.
I had to download an app. Okay. Or if you're using an app on iPhone, I think Reach. Do you have to pay for Reach? Is that free?
It's a small fee, very small fee. And, but I don't know about scheduling on Reach. Haven't tried that yet.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is iPhones are lame, but I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah. Google it. Put your phone in like whatever phone you have and Google it and be like, can I schedule texts? But my Droid, like it's just the regular old thing that comes on the phone. And you hit that plus button, you can schedule it. That's what I do.
But if scheduling is just another step and it's flubbing you up, just copy and paste and get the text to them somehow. Don't worry about like setting it all up if you don't want to.
So true. While you're drinking your cocoa, I just assume everyone has cocoa for their first feeling because that's what I do. Then just like that'd be your trigger. You have to have a trigger if you need a habit loop, right? What's your trigger? When do I go, what day are any of my clients on today? And then you just copy and paste right from the app. Like seriously, don't overthink it. Okay. Oh, Danny's daughter says there's a shortcut app. Okay. Danny, love you. Yes to the cocoa, Cheryl. All right. Okay. So, and then weekly check-ins with your clients. Okay. I don't know. This is the biggest question I always hear is like, what do I say? Whenever I call them weekly, what do I do? Bonnie, what do you do on a weekly check-in?
I ask them what their successes were and we celebrate, and I just, love on them and see how their week went. And then I ask them what they want to improve on and if they had any struggles, and we go over, what they could do better next time. How would you face that situation differently? And then I ask them what they're learning in their life book. And if they haven't read or watched a webinar, then I can give them a little tool like Stop, Challenge, Choose, or I try to give them little tools in their tool belt that what I know, what I've learned. And then I like to set a little goal like, hey, what's your goal for next week? Can you get through pages 33 through 56 in your life book? And let's plan on and have that be your homework assignment. Then come back next week and we'll talk about what you're learning. So really just covering a few little bullet points in there.
Yeah, little questions. So what I want everybody to do is you're going to go and click client call scripts, because you want to call your clients, right? And the journey kickoff call is right here. The celebration call is right here. Like literally read these, you guys. And then weekly check-in call is here, and struggling clients. So weekly check-in call, just read over this. It's 1 page, and it's not even a full page. Look at all that space at the bottom. It's not even a full page. And it gives you ideas. Review the element in the workbook. Create a relationship. Discover any kinks in their plan. Ask open questions. How did your week go? You know, it's very simple. If they're struggling, then you use this one. It gives you tons of ideas, you guys. You could do the tip call right here. If they're struggling, like they think they should have lost more. You can have use different analogies like bumper bowling, and not trying to be perfect. It's about persistence. Ask them to keep a food journal. You can give little like buffering versus processing emotion, food fallacies, and blasted. Like there's so much like good stuff that you can get just right on there. And if you're like, oh, you're struggling a little bit this week, you know what? I am going to put together, like, I'm gonna, you don't even have to have it right then. Just be like, I'm going to send you a video to watch, and then go to that page and copy and paste a video. Like, don't recreate the wheel, you guys. I want to open it up. Who else has ideas of what to do on weekly client calls they want to add?
Hey, I just wanted to share something. So I love the weekly texts or the new client texts. It helps keep the client calls shorter because they're getting little bits of information throughout. And it also helps set up expectations. So for example, it kind of gives them an idea of how much we expect to lose in that first week. So they're not like thinking they didn't lose enough, or they're stressed out, or it also kind of sets up, you know, the expectation of this is what we do next. We're going to hop on a call, and, you know, this is how we keep in touch, and how you plug into the community. And it shares those things with them so that it's not the first time they hear it when you kind of reinforce it on a call, but it also like keeps your calls shorter.
Totally agree. Like as a mentor coach, when I'm doing that 1 week celebration call, I can kind of tell like if the coach has been sending those texts because the person's kind of like, what? Like, I thought I would just lose 7 pounds a week forever. You know, it's like, it was right in the text, right, Cheryl? Who else? I also love what Kurtley put in the chat while someone else is coming off mute. What went well? Were there any challenges? What did you learn from the life book or webinar? What goal would you like to set for next week? Yeah. Or I even say, some people like, I don't know, goals, it's kind of like a big word. I just say, what do you want to focus on? I use that a lot too. Like, what's your focus? Because their focus might be like, well, I want to start walking, or I want to go to a yoga class. So anything that they say, I write it down in my notes. Okay, this is another thing that we want to talk about, Bonnie. Talk a little bit about like organization.
So if you guys are organizing in your binders and your health assessment forms, always pull out that form. And I believe on the back, I use digital, but on the back, I think it has places for a new check-in. Each check-in, you can make little notes. So that way next week, you can, when you check in, you can hop on and be like, oh yeah, their goal was to get to bed earlier, or, you know, drink more water. And then you can follow up. And so if they think you're the coolest, if you remember all their little things that they want. So stay organized for sure. Write stuff down.
I love that. Anyone else have any tips on staying organized or comments?
I have a comment.
Go ahead.
Something that my coach Jen does with me is she kind of lets me coach her back a little bit. And so if you have a little bit more seasoned client that maybe might eventually turn into a coach, you could kind of like dip your feet in the water with them or like for them. And I really enjoy doing that, because then I know when I coach someone else, I have this experience of trying to coach my coach, and she's helping me, giving me tips back.
Nice. Tell me more about that. So she says like something that she's like done that.
So I
Your
asked her the
opinion.
questions back, like how was your week? How are you doing? So Jen, you probably know her husband fell down, and I just sent her a simple text. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I thought it was really nice.
So she asked you, she says, Sarah, I want you to coach me a little bit. Is that like how it goes?
I first asked because I knew my twin sister asked me to coach her. I was like, oh, okay, I guess. I mean, so once I started coaching, I was like, I don't really know how to coach back, but maybe I could kind of coach you, and you can kind of walk me through this. And so she did that. And so this week I said, I had sent her something first, and then I said, I also was thinking about you since your post on being in high stress and fight/flight mode. I wish there was something significant I could do to help you, but I just wanted to send some encouragement instead, inviting you to stick to plan so you at least don't have to think about food, and to do at least 10 deep breaths every day. I know you know that eating right and breathing are excellent tools to help you feel good and de-stress. Love you, Jen. So that's
awesome.
something.
Okay, I love it. If you're struggling with something as a coach, you don't need to act like you're perfect. What if you ask your client, like, what would be your best tip for me if you were my coach? I love that, Sarah. That's genius, because then your client can see how easy it is to just like be your accountability buddy. So good. Anyone else want to add?
So I have a tip or trick that I use for myself. I'm super forgetful. I don't know that everybody is as forgetful as me, but for me, my cue for sending my weekly text or my text for new clients, I just have a alarm that goes off on my phone same time every day. And a trick I use for myself for all my check-ins, any alarm that I have, I do not dismiss an alarm until I'm actively doing the thing. Because I'm the type that I'll dismiss it and be like, oh yeah, I need to do that. And then I'll forget about it. So that's my tip, is never dismiss it. You can snooze it, but you can't dismiss it until you've done the thing.
I love that, Mandy. That's so smart. It's so true. You just dismiss something and then forget about it altogether. Snooze it till you do it. So good.
Hey, Amber, I had one thought.
Go ahead, Natalie.
Something that I kind of do in my phone. We get 1 million texts a day, right, with people. So for all of my clients, my new clients, I have a certain emoji that I have with their name or whatever. So I know in the morning, because I haven't figured out how to do schedule the thing yet, like you do. But I know when I look on, my Clover is my patient or my clients that are needing me every single day, that I'm sending a text every day. If there's a scooter, that means they're moving along and they don't need me every single day to be texting them. And if they're on fire, that means that they're in transition. I do a little fire emoji. So that's just something that helps keep me kind of aware of where my clients are at.
That's so cute. I love it, Natalie. And I just want to do a reminder here, you guys. Okay, everybody take a deep breath, like in, out. It is not your responsibility for everyone to be successful on this plan. Okay, like internalize that. You are a free coach. You're an add-on. Like they are purchasing like this system with books and fuelings and a community, and like you're extra. Okay. You're like a fun bonus that they get for no additional cost. And here's the thing is they are the ones responsible for their success in this program. And there are hundreds and probably thousands of people who could be successful even without you. But look how lucky your client is that you are a coach who is on this training right now, who cares about like, how can I be like an extra help to this person? Like, good job, you guys. Okay. Like, I just wanted to say that out loud. And it's okay to not know everything. Yes, I know, Annie, it's so true. You just have, sometimes you just ask them. you're like, what do you think is the answer to that question? And they're like, I don't know. And be like, if you did know, what would you say? I liked how Sarah was like, have them coach you back. So true. Anything else you want to add, Bonnie, before I give the assignment for today?
Yeah, it's not about being a perfect coach. If you miss something, you can always go back and redo it. And the overall point of our Coach Biz app and doing all the little things is duplication. It just makes it so simple so that when you get a coach, you can just plug them into the same system, and it's just clockwork, and then they are going to get a coach, and it's just so easy. So don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. Anyone can copy and paste, and that's really all it is. And so, yeah, just have the thought in your mind when you're talking to them, coaching could be a gift for them. And that's the main point. And so when you're doing your celebration calls, I just always think like, I ask who's noticing. Maybe you could coach them, help your friends and family. So just duplicate the system and have fun.
Love that, Bonnie. So good. Okay, your assignment today, your little easy peasy homework assignment, is to watch the 4-minute tutorial on sending your weekly newsletter. Because here's the thing is like just staying connected to like clients, like people, potential clients, just a little touch. It makes a big difference to have them remember, oh, Natalie's still doing this. Carolyn's still coaching. What's that thing that Laura's doing? You know what I mean? Like just a little touch weekly goes a long way. So that is your really simple assignment, is to watch the 4-minute tutorial, and I'll send that out in the email. All right, you guys have an awesome rest of your day. We'll see you on tomorrow for same time, same channel. See you later.